just two quick slides. One acknowledging the outgoing council members, and the other one recognizing this afternoon's swearing in. I do have three different slide decks here, so I think we were getting a little confused there on which one that I was sharing. But we do want to, as at least one of the residents mentioned, and I'm sure others have the same sentiment, express our sincere thanks to Councilmembers Sandino, Councilmember Dennis, and Councilmember McClellan for their hard work and to their commitment for serving as council members here in the city. It has been a privilege to work with you all, and we just wanted to say that. And, you know, you've worked hard to ensure that Hyattsville is a growing, thriving, better community. And so we appreciate that. Thank you for your dedication. And this is on behalf of the staff and the community, and of course, our council members. We do thank you for your dedication and leadership, your unwavering commitment to our community. Public hearings, community events, resident engagement, community meetings, council meetings, grappling with what we consider to be some extremely complex and difficult issues, challenging issues. So we do want to thank you. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. And we absolutely know that your contributions will continue to have a long-term and positive impact on the community. So thank you to our three outgoing council members. And finally, let's see. And you got the third one up there. This is the new and returning council members. We do want to just acknowledge that there will be a swearing in this afternoon at 5 o'clock. We want to remind everyone to be there. We have three first term, brand new council members, Greg Barnes, Ward 1, Gopi Dokai, Ward 3, and Kelson Nisbet, first term, Ward 5. And then we want to welcome back Councilmember Emily Straub, Ward 2, and Ward 4, Councilmember Edward Haba, one of the longest serving council members here in the city of Hyattsville. So they will be getting sworn in, and we'll come back and we will begin with the new council at 7 p.m. tonight. Mayor and Council, that's all. Thank you, Mayor and Council, and residents, welcome. I'm going to share my screen. Are you seeing that?
Yes, we got it.
Okay, good. All right, I'm going to move through this fairly quickly. So this is the agenda that I will follow. Just pull this over. Okay, and I do want to once again, and I know you've heard it a few times, but I want to welcome our new council members. They were sworn in this afternoon.
Tracy, can you fix your screen?
Yeah, we're seeing resume slideshow.
You're not seeing the slideshow?
Nope.
Now we are.
Now we are.
Oh, okay. All right, so am I on? Let's see. All right, how about now? You seeing the new council members?
We got it.
All right, good. All right, so these are the new council members that were sworn in today. Councilmember Barnes from Ward 1, Councilmember Dokai, Ward 3, Councilmember Nisbet from Ward 5. Those are the new council members, and we want to welcome back Councilmember Straub and Councilmember Haba. Councilmember Straub, Ward 2, and Haba, Ward 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new council. Let's see. There we go. That is your new council, your new city council. All right. I want to just acknowledge Miss Dorothy Mims, who lives in Independence Court. She is 112 years old this month, and she's been a resident of Hyattsville since 2010, the oldest living resident in the state of Maryland. Her mother, in fact, lived to be 102. So I just want to acknowledge her and let her know that we're happy to have her here in Hyattsville. And Mayor and council members, we may go by and visit Miss Mims, but isn't she beautiful? Look at that when she was younger. We're just happy to have her. She's still beautiful. All right. Leslie is stepping down. Leslie's been serving on MML. She's been the MML league and most recently president for the last 7 years. She decided not to run for re-election, but you'll see here some of the things that she actually helped lead many of the other cities in Maryland through COVID, snowstorms, political landscapes, heat waves. She's done a lot. It is time for her to step down, so they will be acknowledging her at this upcoming MML session. But she's been an asset to them, and so we thank Leslie for representing the city of Hyattsville and all of our municipal partners in the state of Maryland. We also want to acknowledge that they hosted a DPW open house. And so we thank them for doing that. You can see two of our council members riding in our trash trucks. I think that's one of our newest trash trucks. And you know, the guys and ladies just had a great time out there that day. It was a rainy day, but we do appreciate Councilmember Dokai and Councilmember Redmond participating and coming out to visit. Let's see. Whoa, long awaited. We finally got that sign up. Wards 4 and 5. We now have a sign right over there by Kaiser Permanente. The residents in that area will now be able to find out what's going on in the city of Hyattsville. So stay tuned for any updates. Our K9 did some great work. Hugo and Forrest, we have two of them, and they won first place awards. They were the best of the best. And, you know, we continue to have our K9s place. So we're always really excited. It's Corporal Hodges and Acting Sergeant Quevedo, who are their partners and trainers. So we're just really proud of our two K9s. And we just had a police unity tour. Scott Hurley rides in that every year. He's done that for the past 13 years, over 250-mile ride with people from across the region. And so we just want to thank him for doing that. He does that in honor of fallen officers, and specifically rides for our own fallen officer, Corporal Robert King, who passed away who died in 1984 in the line of duty on a motorcycle. Chief, if you were on, I'll let you talk about this. I asked Chief to talk about this just a little bit because whenever we contract with an agency and they're doing great work for us, I just want you all to know how they're representing our community. Chief, you there?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. I'm having a computer issue over here. So CAFI is an organization that the council approved a contract with that provides victim services to police departments throughout the county. They are tied into our CAD and RMS system, so they receive automatic reports from our RMS once our officers file a report. And then they contact victims of crimes to make sure that they have the resources they need, ranging from housing, mental health resources, assistance with financial fraud, things of that nature. So far for the first quarter of 2025, they had 65 referrals. They break that down. The average age of a victim was 33 years old. You can see there were a little bit more, numbers a little bit higher on the female versus male victims. And then the crimes that they contacted victims were for assault, financial fraud, domestic incidents, robbery, rape and sexual assault, and carjacking, with domestic incidents and assaults being the highest, and then also sexual assaults. They provide a report back to us for the quarter. This is the first time we're receiving a quarterly report that we can share with the community that shows the types of crimes that the victims are, receiving services from CAFI. I believe that's it.
Yeah, thank you. And I just thought it was important for you all to hear a little bit about that, because we've always been concerned that if a person is a victim of crime, that we follow up with them, make sure they're getting the resources and the help that they need. So this is one of the programs that you all allowed us to partner with and contract with to do that for our community. So I just wanted you to hear that they are doing great work here in the community. Okay, and then we had a community conversation last Thursday, I believe it was. The title was Bridging Faith through Interfaith Engagement. And we had five, as you can see there, five different religious leaders that came together and spoke. Hindu, Buddha, Rabbi, our own Pastor Penn, Islam. So it was a really good conversation. And they focused on what things we have in common, regardless of the faith. How are we alike in more ways than not? And so we appreciate our partners. It's Kelly Barillo, Julia Gasper Bates, and Ann Claire Stacey, who are the ones that always put that together for us and host these. And they come up with the topics and work with our own Shakira Luamar to pull these off and make these happen. Okay, and then I want to thank members of the community and some of our council members. You can see Councilmember Wozak there, who participated in interviewing some of our young adults, our youth, 16, Sandra, correct me, I think it's 15 through 18 members that we would like to be part of our Youth Advisory Council. They participated in our leadership program, and so then we just kind of sit down and talk to them and determine if they are the right group to actually lead us for the next year. So I appreciate everyone that participated and helped us make the selections and help the kids learn how to interview and answer questions and take on some leadership responsibility. Sandra, am I missing anything there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Thank you for your team for doing that. And then they also did the aging and wellness lunch and learn workshop, and that was for seniors. So we call that aging and wellness programs. But they did Dawn Taft, our resident arborist, spoke to the seniors about environmental programs and some of the things that the city offers. And then tomorrow we'll have the Home is Art class. I know it'll be the last class for that. But that always gets a really great turnout, and our seniors love coming out and working on art projects. So we'll resume again after the summer. Back to school supply drive and summer jam. So summer jams, this is the schedule. So we'll have the back to school supply drive on August 15th. So that's just a reminder that people can begin dropping off donations now until the end of until August 15th. And then our Summer Jam series, the schedule is the Pride Month celebration. That's on June 20th. Then we have a backyard barbecue. That's going to be July 18th, right here at the City Building. And then International Heritage, Hispanic Heritage, that'll be September 19th. August is missing there, as you can see, but that is usually National Night Out. So we focus there on National Night Out. And that's also going to be the time that we're going to be doing the back to school drive. And our teen center is really coming along. The interior is looking absolutely fabulous. They've done some painting in there. They put in the new floors and walls, which looking really good. And then the equipment's installed around the outside. They started working on the park outside. So it's looking good. If you have a chance to drive by, you'll see some really nice things happening out there. So we're getting excited. I am not going to read all of the offerings this time because, as you know, we have a 6-week break after this. And so it is a lot of reading. So I will read the weekly offerings. Just remind everyone, we have the seated exercise class for older adults. We have the Zumba class. Both of those are on Mondays. Monday and Wednesday for the Zumba, and the exercise classes on Wednesdays only from 10 to 11. That's seated for older adults. And then the digital literacy instruction classes are on Wednesdays as well from 12 to 1 p.m. All right, this is what I mean about reading. It's a lot. So these are all of the committees that are coming up. For the residents, these will all be posted online. And if you have any questions and you have a problem finding these or looking online, feel free to call our number and we can talk to you about it then. And we always put out notices. So if you're not getting our text alerts, please sign up for those. And here's some more upcoming events. I'm just going to scan through these and see if there's any. Community Shred Day, I do want to acknowledge that. That's Saturday, September 7th. We have not had that in a while. Ward 1, I also will acknowledge that one. That's the Saturday, June 7th. That's the check-in. We will likely have a walk and talk, the first one this month. That will be with Ward 2. But we'll get back to everyone with the date of that, and you'll see that. Seniors on the Go are also having a cookout on June 10th. And so you see some other things. There's a traffic calming public hearing. And let's see, that's on June 11th. Okay, and let me go to the next one. But there's a lot going on. So all of this, again, is listed on our website. I just don't want to go through it all. I will acknowledge the Trolley Trail Day. That's on Saturday, June 14th. And then Staycation registration opens today, and it's going to go through June 17th. So if you're interested in signing up for that, there's some early dismissal camps, Juneteenth. Our offices are closed on that day. That's June 19th.
So, Ms. Douglas,
Yes.
When is Community Shred Day?
Let me go right back to that because I'm sorry I moved
September
through it.
7, you said?
let's see, Community Shred Day is Saturday, June 7th.
Okay, I thought you said
And that-
September.
Oh, I hope I didn't, but if I did, I do apologize for that. Saturday, June 7th from 10 to 1 p.m. That's Community Shred Day.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's see. Business license renewal Monday the 30th, and residential parking permits for Zone 4 is also on the 30th. Again, these will all be listed on the website so you can find them. And then my last slide, I do want to wish several members of the staff and council a very happy birthday. They will celebrate their birthdays while we're gone. Director Riddle just had her birthday this past Saturday. Councilmember Redmond, June 18th. Councilmember Barnes, June 26th. Chief of Police is on July 1st. Our own Deputy City Clerk is July 7th, and our Deputy Chief of Police is July 16th. All these before we meet again, so I do want to just acknowledge that. And Mayor and Council, that is it for me. I'm going to stop share in case you have any questions.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions? Mr. Shadwood.
Yeah, there was one event on the calendar that I wasn't familiar with. I think it said 43rd Street meeting on 43rd and Jefferson. It was tomorrow. Do you have more details on what that event is?
Leslie, do you have that one?
It's a traffic calming meeting with the residents. There was a petition there, as far as I know.
Yeah, she's met. We've had a couple meetings with residents.
We've had lots of meetings, Tracy, with residents.
Over the last 3 weeks, I would say. But this one, yes, is tomorrow from at 6 p.m. and it's the intersection Jefferson and 43rd.
Thank you.
Mr. Redmond.
Thank you. Happy belated birthday to our DPW director. And I will give you the gift of a question. For all these traffic meetings, what is the plan? I know there is one, I just don't know it. As far as there's a bunch of intake right now, when will we start to see kind of whatever that next step is coming back around?
Thank you, Councilmember Redmond. Fortunately, Taylor's been working hard at getting these separate petitions and requests together as collaboratively as possible. It's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it takes us away from a lot of the larger projects that were recommended in the traffic study. And so it compartmentalizes our capacity to really get things done like we're trying to do in West Hyattsville, in the West Hyattsville project, which is now along Jamestown Road. A lot of different things we're working on with several different of our firms that we've contracted with. So, I mean, ultimately, it's to come to a decision. It's to start with a temporary mitigation, which is often more permanent. Like on Jefferson, we did temporary, but that will eventually become permanent if indeed it is effective. So that's typically how we go about this, but she has 7 or 8 petitions already. And so it really drags us around to different, like I said, it's good. And yet it's difficult because it takes away a lot of our energy from larger projects, if that makes sense to you.
That does. And I guess my second question is, I just saw through this presentation, the June 10th, Bellcrest Road meeting, which, do you know if anyone from the city will be there?
Yes. Okay. I know for sure Taylor will be there, and I will probably be there as well.
And if I cannot make it, because there's another meeting happening then, will we elevate the concern of just the current state of Bellcrest Road specifically?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I mean, I know the part with the 7-Eleven being built, I get that, but the intersection of East-West where it looks like craters, and then the part the fire station. So I'm putting this out here. If I'm not there, someone's needs to hear about it. I'm just asking.
And they've heard about it repeatedly from us. But it's good. They'll hear it again.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think, I think we invite all of the council members to these meetings, but what we'll do is just send an email out with the list of the upcoming meetings so that the council members can put them on their calendars. Yeah, because it sounded like you and Councilmember Shively weren't aware of meetings in your area. So yeah, so we'll make sure we get that out. Nate, would you just make a note on that, please? Good. Yeah, Taylor's been working hard just trying to get out and about and meet with residents who have written us just to understand their concerns and walk the area with them. Some of these will also lend themselves to the walk and talks that we're scheduling, where the DPW director, the chief of police, and any other leadership will come out and walk with the council members in the communities through their neighborhoods.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Ms. Douglas.
You're welcome. Thank you.